Hi, it's Stuart Sutton. I'm an active real estate broker, and I'm going to tell you a very quick story. It's about how I broke real estate myths that kept getting thrown at me, and I kept breaking them. And you can too. You don't have to work long weekends. You don't have to work long hours. You can make as much money as you want in any market, no matter how experienced you are. I'm going to share that with you through videos on this channel, but I'm going to tell you real quick the backstory on how that happened. You see, I started selling real estate at the age of 22. Graduated from college in May, started selling houses in June. I decided that I wanted to be paid what I was worth for the efforts that I put in, for the commitment and determination that I was going to put forth, not based on some designated salary schedule. And as I started in real estate, I had a lot of pride in the fact that I earned what I made, and no one was going to set my income for me. However, I did work a lot of hours. I was very committed to being successful in the profession that I had chosen. And I was proud of the number of hours I was working. I even remember comparing it with others and being, well, kind of like it was a badge of honor to work that many hours. Well, business continued to grow. My efforts continued to increase. The hours stayed very high. And I remember one time looking up and realizing I had to make a lot of money every month just to pay the bills. At that time, I remember what my mother had told me. See, she was a very successful real estate broker. She had told me that I could get trapped in real estate because you couldn't get a job where you can earn that much money. Just couldn't do it. And you could be trapped into an industry, into a career that was very, very demanding. But as my income grew, my bills grew, the necessity to spend those hours was always there. And then I remember the day when everything changed. We'd had our first child. I remember sitting on the floor in the master bedroom. I believe we were actually playing Hot Wheels. My phone rang. My little son reached out and grabbed my arm and said, "Daddy, don't answer that." I don't remember exactly, but he was barely 2 years old at the time. And the bottom line is that it hit me very hard, because what he's really saying was, if you answer that, you'll spend time with whoever's on that phone and not with me. Guess what? I never answered the phone again when I was with my kids. I took all day Thursday off, all day, and I left a voicemail that said, "This is my day with my family. If you need me, you can talk to my assistant or you can call me tomorrow." From that point on, I never answered the phone when my kids were with me again, ever. I kept that commitment. And as I did, I determined there had to be a better way. There absolutely had to be a better way to make a great living in the industry that I really liked being part of. I had to change, but the industry was pushing back on me and saying I couldn't do that. But I knew I had to either change businesses, because I wasn't going to change my priorities. And the pushback from the real estate industry was, you have to work weekends, you have to work evenings, you have to work a lot of hours, you have to be at the beck and call of your clients and customers no matter what. I decided I would do something about that. There had to be a way. So I started looking for someone who could help me to do that. I then met someone who taught me a strategy that a lot of real estate agents use the term loosely but don't really understand it, and that's marketing. I searched for, interviewed quite a few coaches, some of them household names you would know today, but I met one coach who could help me. And he taught me that there's one type of marketing that overrode everything else: consumer response marketing. And there was a lot of psychology and a lot of sociology involved in specific methods and strategies for effective consumer response marketing. I also learned that there was a very special type of message you could convey that consumers would respond to at a higher rate than any other. And very few agents, as a matter of fact, none at the time that I was aware of, were familiar with that. This is called niche marketing. You see, people have needs and they have wants. And there are times in their lives when the need overrides the want. And when consumers see you as an answer to their unique problem, you're in a very different position. When I started implementing that, people called me. Now, I had been cold calling 2 to 4 hours a day for years, never made another cold call. People started contacting me. I had a very lucrative income. I spent all the time I wanted with my family because I was in charge of my time. As my kids grew up, I never missed anything. Didn't miss a concert, didn't miss a ball game. I coached all of their teams. I never missed a performance of any kind. Well, actually, I did miss one thing for my youngest son when he was in 8th grade, and he has never let me forget that. It was a very unusual circumstance, but they understood and knew as they grew up that I was always going to be there. Now, what's funny is that on Mondays, as agents kind of talked about their weekends and their open houses and their showings and things like that, they actually kind of quit asking me because my weekends did not consist of what their weekends consisted of. Instead, mine involved playing soccer in the backyard with my kids, playing pirates in Nerf gun wars, in water gun wars, in watching movies, having fun with my family. Now, what constantly shocked me was that I worked fewer hours than anyone else, yet I was consistently, month after month, year after year, number one in whatever office and company I was associated with. All the while, my business was steady, through booms, through busts. Market didn't matter. My consistent income was absolutely imperative to managing my lifestyle and making sure that I could spend the time with my family that I wanted. And that's the process I developed, was a steady, dependable income instead of the ups and downs that most agents experience. Now, I'm no Michael Dell or Dave Thomas. Well, that might kind of date me because Dave Thomas was the founder of Wendy's and was very well known at one time. I'm not even possibly the top producer in whatever company you're associated with. But as I said, I make more money than many of the teams, most of the teams, in the offices and companies I've been associated with, and I simply have a part-time assistant. And the cool part, I work fewer hours than my dentist. I know because we've compared. It's the life I chose to build. I pushed back against the miss in real estate. I built a life that I love with my family as the number one priority. Not lip service, but truly the number one priority. You can do it too. The miss in real estate do not have to stop you. You can build the life you want, you deserve, and most of all, that your family deserves. So I'm here to say, quit believing the miss and start building the life that you want in a great industry, the real estate industry. Because I've done it and taught many others to do it. You really can quit working long hours and weekends. You really can make all the money you want in any market, no matter what your level of experience is. So whether you contact me to help you or someone else, you deserve it. Most of all, your family deserves it. Again, I'm Stuart Sutton. I'm an active real estate agent, broker, investor, now an author because I wrote this book. If you want a copy of the book, by the way, look right down here at nichemarketblueprint.com. You can get it there. Or watch this next video. Tuesday morning marketing tips are put out every week so you can use them right away. And this covers one of the most powerful words in marketing that you've never heard of. Hope to see you there.